I'm a bit sicky today, so if my voice sounds off, that is why. But this is gonna be like pretty much unedited video. One of the main things that's been on my mind lately is that just like society in general, as usual, but just, how do I say this without sounding like a doomer? An incel doomer. Society is collapsing. But not like it's in a very subliminal way where the people who choose to see it can clearly see it, but the ones who close their eyes to it, they don't really know what's happening. In fact, they kind of embrace what's happening around like society in general. What do I mean by this when I say society is collapsing? Well, a lot of it has to do with media, big corporations, stealing your time, your attention. We live in the generation where your attention is money. That is literally money, because the more these media companies and just, I guess, capitalism in general get you to see their ads, see their products, see their services, whatever it is, the more money they make. And we kind of live in this generation where everybody is fighting for your attention. Now, why did you click on this video? There were how many other choices of videos to click? I guess you clicked because you thought this was an intriguing video. And that is part of this attention-hungry monster that everybody, I wouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people are fighting for your attention. And I'm not necessarily fighting for your attention specifically, but I just have this message that I want to share. And if you're here to listen, cool. If not, that's also cool. You don't have to listen if you don't want to. But I really feel like things are not great right now. And like, in retrospect, things are really only going to get worse, because when we look 100 years in the past, things were relatively like okay in terms of social construct, in like ideologies and tradition. Things were all right, but we're rapidly, as the decades go by, declining further and further, where a lot of these billion-dollar corporations, I mean most of them, they don't give a fuck about you as a human being and as a person. They really do not care about you. They just want to harvest you for your data, for your money, for your time, and your attention. Those are the only things that matter to them. You do not matter. You are just a number. You are just another, statistic in the system. And in order to like fully regain your autonomy as a person, you have to first come to this conclusion that you are a product. And if a service is free, like Instagram, Facebook, whatever, you are the product. And it's not just like the fact that the majority of the westernized world stares at a screen all day. It's also the fact that things are just so easily accessible. Like, nobody needs to go out and talk to a guy or a girl in the physical, real life world to go out with them, we have dating apps now. Like, as much as I want to create a profile because I'm single and lonely and whatever, it just seems so superficial and fake. You know, swiping through these profiles and judging people in an instant based off of their dating profile. And like, don't get me wrong, we all judge people, whether you want to or not. We judge people because we are social creatures, and that's what we are programmed to do, like to fit into society. Back in prehistoric days, when, I mean, even still to this day, where humans had to congregate in groups in order to survive, in order to thrive. As individuals, you had to be a part of some kind of community or a clan or something to that degree. And now we're slowly we're backing away from like those healthy kinds of relationships with people, those physical relationships, and we're moving into more of like a digitized, virtual sort of situation. You know what I'm saying? And even though it's easier, it's not necessarily a better way to live life. This is pretty much what the multi-billion, million-dollar CEOs want you to be programmed for. They want you to stay inside your house, watch frickin' like Netflix all day, all night, be depressed, stay at home, not go outside, not touch grass, and just like order Uber Eats and shit like that. But it's like, you know, that doesn't make you happy, right? And we're slowly, more and more of us in society are being programmed to do this because it's so easy, it's so accessible. It's so easy to just like create the dating profile because you're too lazy to go outside and actually like get the balls to talk to women, or even like freaking, it's, everything I see is very like, I can tell what is happening. And I was at the grocery store earlier today, and I was about to check out my food, and the self-checkout was open. There was like one register open, but then I was walking past the cashiers, the physical, like real life people, and I was about to check out at the self-checkout. I cannot think right now, my brain is a bit foggy, but I was about to check out at the self-checkout, and I had to stop myself and ask why. I'm walking past a real life person right now. I caught myself and I had to ask, why do I not want to talk to this person and check out with a real life human, and instead stay in seclusion, check out by myself, not talk to anyone? And it was kind of in that moment where I was like, oh shoot, am I also being programmed not to talk to anyone and be lonely and stay secluded within myself? And I was like, yes, that is exactly what's happening. Here's the thing, they don't, when I say they, I mean like higher ups, the elites. They want you to be lonely. They want you to be sad. This is what it all boils down to. They want you to be depressed. And in turn, essentially force you to find coping mechanisms to fill that void, and in some kind of hope to make you feel better. It's not gonna make you feel better, point blank. Like, as doesn't matter how many Netflix episodes you watch, or how much McDonald's, Uber Eats you eat, or you know, it's not gonna help you. Doesn't matter how many Tinder matches you get. None of your problems are gonna go away unless you internalize them. And this is the whole thing with our modern generation or modern society. They offer you so much entertainment at the tip, at your fingertips, so much entertainment that you basically Frank, my brain is overloading right now because I don't know. They offer you so much entertainment to the point where you almost have no option but to take what they give you. It makes it really hard these days to think independently, to be autonomous over your time and attention, because that is the most valuable currency. If you don't see what I'm saying and you believe that their programming is objective truth, then you are a sheep, because it's not. Like, this is not what you were born to. This society that you're born into is not healthy whatsoever. And I'm not saying any of this is your fault specifically. We're born into this system, the matrix, you could call it. Everyone in their lifetime, I think, is offered a way out, a way to escape the matrix, so to speak. I think the people who choose to live in oblivion would be the right word. They choose to stay there. They choose oblivion, so therefore they deserve nothing more than to be used by the system. But the people who are aware of it have the opportunity to change their circumstances, to change the things that they surround themselves with. I mean, everybody does, but it's all about whether or not you're willing to wake up to it or not, to actually take action. But I feel like, sheesh, I don't know what I feel like. Point is, society is kind of declining. All you can really do is hope it gets better. And this isn't like a doomer message, like, oh, society is failing, everything is collapsing. My message to you is to do whatever you can to improve yourself, to improve your life, to improve your physical, mental, spiritual status. I was going to say financial. Financial is important, but those other three pillars are the most important pillars of your life that you need to upheave. Is that the right word? Upheave? Yes, that is the right word. So yeah, my point of making this video is just to hash it out with myself and try to, I don't know, maybe resonate with people like you watching this video. Yeah, the message of this was just to raise awareness to the fact that we live in the age of instant gratification, just having everything that we desire at any moment in time, and it isn't healthy. And like depression rates are at an all-time high. Young people like myself are just lost because they don't know what to do with themselves. We have so many options in this world. People telling you who you need to be. Like, if you don't have enough money, then you're a brokey. If you're not having a lot of sex, then you're a loser and a beta male. I guess, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, just do the best for yourself. Do the best for yourself. And do what you can to improve yourself. Because at the end of the day, the world, society's going to do its thing. It's going to keep going. Whether or not we like it, downhill, uphill, doesn't really matter. It does matter. But do what you can to be your best self, to set your future family up for life, to set yourself up for life. And that doesn't come around by just sitting and waiting for opportunities to happen, or watching Netflix every day. It's just not gonna happen like that. What you gotta do is you gotta ask yourself, what do you want? What do you want in life, really? Like, sit down and journal that out. Have a good day. See you later.